Cowboys set to take on their division rival, the undefeated Philadelphia Eagles, Sunday night. When he was asked about defending the successful Cowboys run game, Philly defensive end Brandon Graham said, quote, "We've just got to play big boy ball this week. We know it's for the NFC East, and this is the start for us. We're playing Dallas." Shannon, if Cooper Rush does indeed start, do the Cowboys have to run the ball in order to win?
They do, because you want to try to neutralize the pass rush of the Eagles. They're one of the teams that sack the quarterback, hit your quarterback, pressure your quarterback. The Cowboys ran for 164 yards on Sunday. 86 of those yards came on 8 carries from Tony Pollard, that 50-yard run. Zeke got a hard-fought 78 yards on 22 carries. But, Skip, the ability to run the football now, when he play action, play fake, now you get CeeDee Lamb wide open. Now you get those guys wide open, and that's what you're trying to create. You don't want the Eagles to just pin their ears back with Brandon Graham and those guys, Fletcher Cox, Hargrove, just trying to pin their ears back to get to Cooper Rush. And so, yes, the Eagles, they're not giving up big runs. They've only given up one run of at least 20 yards. DeAndre Swift had a 50-yarder, very first play of the game, opening day against them. The longest run since has been 17 yards. And they're one of the few teams that don't face a whole lot of runs. They face the second fewest rush attempts per game, a little over 21. Only the Chiefs face fewer. So with that being said, I think they have to shut down the run. You don't want to see the Cowboys get 25, 30-plus runs, 30 more than that. So that tells you they're having success. Make Cooper Rush. Put the ball in Cooper Rush's hand and says, okay, if you're going to beat us today, Cooper Rush is going to have to throw for 300-plus yards. And I believe if that's the recipe, if the Eagles can force them to throw the football, I like their chances of winning this game.
I agree with every word you just said. I even believe Brandon Graham's quote, though not intentional, is a shot at Cooper Rush.
Yeah.
Because he's basically saying it's big boy time, where they're just going, it's what everybody looks at Cooper Rush and they say, well, he can't do this. So they have no choice but try to run Zeke down our throats and hope Pollard can break
hit a crack and hit a big one.
Yeah, hit one or two, because the two big runs so far this year, if you look at it, he broke one for, what was it?
Cincinnati?
40, he had the 46-yarder at New York, and then he had the 157 at the Rams. Mm-hmm. Okay, so those are the two ones, the two big ones. The truth is, my team doesn't run the ball all that well. It's ranked 15th in rushing yards total, but if you look harder at the stat, my team is 22nd in the league in yards per rush, per attempt. 22nd? Pro Football Focus grades my run blocking in my offensive line the 27th best run blocking line in pro football. That's only 5 slots from the bottom. We don't run it that well. We don't consistently run it that well. We couldn't run a lick against Washington. We averaged 2.1 yards per carry. The problem with Tony Pollard is he's had 44 attempts this year. 7 times he's been thrown for a loss. That's 1/6 of his carries are minus. They're negative because he's just boom or bust.
Right.
And if you don't let him escape, then what happens against Tampa? Again, Cooper Rush wasn't the quarterback, but against Tampa, he had 8 carries for 6 yards. Then against Washington, he had 6 carries for 8 yards. So against Tampa and Washington, it's 14 for 14. Well, it's kind of who he is, boom or bust.
Right.
So I look at this and I say, I'm completely with you. I don't think Dallas will be able to run on Philadelphia because they're just too good. They're too physical. They're nasty. So to me, I'm going into the game saying, again, if Cooper Rush is a starter, not sure about that, but if he's a starter, he's going to have to throw for around 300 yards to win the game. Right. Do I think he's capable? Yes, I do. And again, what they're going to do is they're just going to load up and say, you can't run a lick on us.
Right.
And can Darius slay CD? Because he's going to have him in single coverage. Yeah. Just watch what happens. They'll say, Darius, you got him.
Right.
Can you take him out of the game? Well, if he can, that's going to be a big problem. Because
and plus the thing is, Skip, the thing is that when teams go into the game, I think they go into the game trying to stop the run. But
in this case, I think they're really going to try to stop the run.
They got to. But if you think about it, Skip, because they stopped the run, and now when I play action, against Washington, That's why you get CD wide open. That's why you get Noah Brown wide open, because guys, those safeties are streaming down to the backers are stepping up. Now they create void between the middle and the third level. Guys are wide open. So they believe that would say, you know what, we're going to shut this run down.
Okay.
We're going to shut you down. And Cooper Rush, let's see what you.
Okay. Well, look what he's doing. Pro Football Focus grades his receiving core, which you didn't like from the start.
And I didn't.
The 25th best receiving core.
Okay.
The offensive line run blocking, as I just said, is 27th. The run game in total is 15th overall. They are 26th in these four starts for Cooper Rush. They're 26th in the NFL in time of possession.
Right.
What does that tell you? They don't control the clock. They don't eat the clock by running the football. They don't do that. This is not a running juggernaut.
But see, what happens, Skip, is that your offense don't even get a chance because you get a scoop and score, you're already down, or you get a short field turnover, and now all of a sudden you're not having to go 75, 80 yards, and so you're not eating up clock. So you're going 50 yards, so you're taking half the amount of time. So some of that sometimes it gets distorted because you have your defense has turned you over and put you in great field position where you don't have to go and eat up a whole lot of clock.
So I'm going to say it again. It is miraculous what Cooper Rush has accomplished in these four starts with I'll just be nice about it, a below average offensive unit. There's nothing to love about the people around. His supporting cast is below average. Right. Trust me, it's below across the board. He doesn't even get any production from his tight end. Dalton Schultz has been a no-show.
Right.
He's been hurt a little bit, but he has no connection with Cooper Rush. They don't even use Dalton Schultz, right?
Yep.
Okay, so in the end, how is he doing this? With mirrors, he just makes plays that have to be made. Right. So against Philadelphia, if he's starting, he's going to have to throw for way more yards than 102 to win the football game.
They're not winning, though.
Cowboys lead the all-time series in this one, gentlemen, and right now, at least, Fox Bet has the line at 5.5 in favor of the Eagles, and they're predicting 42.5 points overall. Should be a good one. All right, Shannon, get ready. What does Patrick Mahomes' upcoming game against the Bills mean for his legacy? Let's unpack that next on Undisputed.